Just days after Trump's Alabama speech, Bannon showed up and did the unthinkable. It's been over a month since President Donald Trump decided to cut Bannon and all of his close allies from the White House. However, Bannon has been working overtime ever since then and finally came clashing with the president in Alabama this week. Everyone by now remembers Trump's big speech in Alabama where he went after the NFL. Technically, he was there to endorse Alabama Senate candidate Luther Strange. The problem is, not all Republicans like Strange. Steve Bannon decided to throw his weight behind Republican Judge Roy Moore. Now, this is where it gets strange. No matter what Bannon does, he will forever be attached to the name of President Trump. So, in an attempt to get votes for Moore, Bannon and Breitbart declared that a vote for the judge is a vote for President Trump.
I love Scott, but it makes me have a different view on him now.
Don't take a knee, don't sit down, don't do anything like that. You don't want to be here? Leave.
I don't think it's American at all. If you're going to do that, don't play in America.
For them to not come out at Soldier Field, that's dedicated to the military, and for them to be that disrespectful and not come out on Soldier's Field, I'm done with it.
There's other ways that you can give a stance and give a say, and I don't think it should be through our national anthem.
I think it's shameful, and I would like to see those Colts players leave the country and leave the team.
Welcome back to Hannity, our new time live, 9 Eastern now. Those were some NFL fans who are not happy with the players who disrespected our national anthem and our flag. Earlier tonight, the Vice President, Mike Pence, he spoke out on this very issue. Let's take a look.
I stand with President Donald Trump, and I will always stand for our national anthem. We've all got a right to our opinions. But I don't think it's too much to ask the players in the National Football League to stand for our national anthem. It's about respect for the flag, respect for the country. And most importantly, it's about respect for all those who fought and died to defend it.
Here now with reaction, former Trump White House chief strategist, his first cable interview since leaving the White House, the executive chairman of Breitbart News, Steve Bannon. Mr. Bannon, you're like, you did one interview that I've seen my entire life of you, although you've been on the program before. Good to see you, and you're joining us from Alabama tonight. We'll get to football in a minute. Tell us why you are in Alabama. Mike Pence was at one rally. You were at another for Roy Moore. Tell us why.
I'm here to support President Donald J. Trump. What I'm here to do is to support Donald J. Trump by having folks down here support Judge Roy Moore. I think Roy Moore is the guy that's going to represent Donald Trump and fight the establishment. I mean, it's very simple. This election is $30 million being spent by Mitch McConnell and that crew of corrupt and incompetent politicians and consultants. They've raised $30 million of outside money to destroy Judge Moore. Judge Moore's raised about $2 million. So, Sean, it's very clear to me. That's why you got Laura Ingraham and Levin and Dr. Savage and you know, Mark Meadows, everybody
and
is
me.
that have been hardcore Trump supporters, and Sean Hannity, hardcore Trump supporters that have thrown down with Judge Moore. So I'm very proud to be down here. This is the first time I've really ever done a campaign event. I got the old bomber jacket on, the complete rig I used to wear during the campaign with President Trump. And I said tonight, you know, Sarah Palin, Louis Gohmert, all of us, the hardcore Trump people, we're not here to defy President Trump. We were here to praise and honor him. And we think the best way to do that is to send somebody to Washington, D.C. out of Alabama, the good folks of Alabama, to send somebody that's going to have Donald Trump's back.
I believe Roy Moore is going to be more the outsider. And the fact that Mitch McConnell and the establishment are pouring millions of dollars into this race, into that state, tells me that Luther Strange is going to end up being, in some ways, having to support them and more inclined to support them. And frankly, I think the biggest disappointment in D.C., you actually said it in an interview, I think to a certain extent Mitch McConnell does not support the president's agenda, economic agenda, and it's obvious. He hasn't gotten a thing done, Steve, in 8 months. We're now in the 9th month of the Trump presidency. There's no excuse for that, in my opinion.
It's very simple. you know, Strange can't sit there and say, I'm going to stand up to Mitch McConnell. I'm going to Washington and stand up to him. Mitch McConnell's giving him $30 million. $30 million not to come down.
Obviously, this is very confusing and just plain incorrect. President Trump made it very clear multiple times that his man is Luther Strange. I mean heck, he tweeted about Strange before bed last night. The one advantage to them splitting the endorsement like that is you now have two pro-Trump candidates, but only one has the president's actual endorsement while the other is just using his name. Look, we have no dog in this fight personally. But, I am curious to know what you all think. Should Bannon be using Trump's name like that, or is he going too far now? Share this out after you comment and answer.